Good evening, everyone. Hello, welcome. We're back again. Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. Just enjoying the music. Might be the last time we hear this. Right, okay, so. Oh, Ariane, just finished work and now relaxing. Oh, perfect. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So, let's dive in. My plan for today's session is, of course, I want to finish the game today, but I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to enjoy, for one, savour everything that we can possibly savour for these last few moments with this game. The soundtrack, the setting. Just drink it in before we finish. So we won't be rushing through to the end, certainly not. But yes, I have got the Greek plaque. I did it about an hour ago. I've got the Greek plaque. So we're now ready to put it in to the obelisk and then try to figure out how to get the Egyptian plaque, which we shall do during this cycle. Why not? So, first thing that we need to assess is the old journal to give us our pathway to start today's session. So, the first thing that I want to actually do is, apparently we can speak with Equitia about appealing to the gods for help. I don't know why we would do that, to be honest with you, but as much help as possible is going to be surely useful to us. So we'll see if she's got anything else to say about the whole situation. So we'll do that to start things off. Then the next task I have in mind is to this one. Figure out about what happened to Scintilla. So we have to go to the villa to speak with everybody that's in the villa to get this one done. It says to ask the residents of the villa for clues about the disappearance. So there's the Dominitius, we've spoke to him, bit of a lech, bit suspicious if you ask me, but there's also Claudia, there's also Malleolus as well. So I'm debating whether to... I got the key to the cistern, yes indeed. I'm going to leave that till the end, just in case. I don't think it's going to lead to us getting out of here, but there could be some stuff in there that's useful. So I'm just debating whether to do because we're going to speak with Galerius here, whether we need to ask Malleolus to withdraw from the election, because that might cause an issue if we're trying to get information from him, So we might leave that for now for this cycle. But yeah, first things first. I think we'll speak with Equitia again, see if she's got any further pearls of wisdom, about these gods and whatever else I've got to say about things. Okay. Salve!
Salve, friend.
Salve!
Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
So what we're going to do... It is going to take care of a few things. It's going to take care of Iul here. It's going to take care of Rufius.
Poor Virgil.
Going to take care of Fabia.
Alright, let me see.
Going to take care of... See, we can't ask him to take care of Opius now, because I'm thinking that this will take the place of Opius, but I kind of don't want him to do that, because it might interfere with the villa's stuff. So we'll leave that for now. If Opius jumps to his death, then so be it.
I'll go, but once I'm done...
So you crack on, Sonny Jim, you crack on. Good evening. Good evening, Shelley. Let's go and let's go find Equitia quickly before Galerius nabs her, because they'll be running to her very shortly. Oh no, he won't actually. He might not need it this cycle. Hello, Austin. Welcome. My day has been quiet. I feel a bit lackluster today. I don't know why. The Monday blues. I think yesterday was supposed to be Blue Monday apparently, but today feels like that day for me today. I've had a very sort of quiet day at work, to be fair. Just a couple of things potted about. So I'm not overworked. I just feel a bit you know. Which is bizarre because yesterday was full of life.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Well, I just thought I could ask some questions about escaping the underworld.
I beg your pardon?
You know, Olivia, the chatterbox, the mad woman. Yeah, she's completely and utterly correct. She's not start raving bonkers. We are in the underworld.
Oh my, that is quite a lot to take in.
Should be
You'll
sure.
have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case,
Yes,
I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we?
indeed.
We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular
This is the
about
same
heroes in
conversation.
the underworld.
I've
Hercules,
slept
the
since
demigod
yesterday.
and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet.
Yeah,
Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra.
yeah,
And Aeneas, a Trojan hero.
yeah.
Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god.
Ignore
with
that.
his strength.
Someone's just dying over there.
Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead.
Yes, we've heard this.
They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina,
We won't cut
to
her
help
off, though.
them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate.
Okay,
So it seems you have 2 options.
it's the same
To
conversation.
confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
I see. Well, I think I better get back to it.
May Fortuna guide you.
Considering this is a new cycle, she's probably thinking, what the hell is he? What the hell is he talking about? Isn't it? Don't worry, Equitia. Don't worry. I've got it all under control. Right, villa. Fabulous. Oh, don't look at that place. I don't want to go there as long as I live. Bloody hell. Excuse me.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored.
Demetrius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me.
Very desperate.
Well, what do you want?
I want to know if you know anything about Scintilla's disappearance.
Of course not. But as I always say, if Sentius can't protect his daughter, how can we trust him to protect the city?
That sounds suspicious. Like she's been kidnapped to cast doubt on Sentius's capabilities to rule. What aren't you telling me, Malleolus?
Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this villa. Demetrius says he saw a body there some weeks back. Of course, just to be clear, I take no responsibility for what happens to you down there.
No, that's not her body. That's the body of Dooley's mate, I think. Is it not? I'll be going now.
I trust you can see yourself out.
Yes, I can. Quick, Malleolus. Sorry about that. A slip of the tongue. Let's see if Claudia says anything. Just fantastic. Just fantastic architecture. But else should give me a fright. Hello, Claudia.
I'm not supposed to be in here.
Yes, I know. Can we talk for a second, though?
Talk. What business could you possibly have with me?
I've come to ask if you know anything about Scintilla's disappearance.
The dainty little thing from next door? Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
I think you're hiding something behind your blackened eyes.
Well, I've had quite enough of this.
Demetrius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
He's not coming anyway. He's too busy doing his press-ups, you stupid cow. Sorry. Told you, I'm not in a good mood today. People don't... shouldn't rile me. They'll feel my tongue. Right. What a lovely little reception area. A little pool with statues. Golden statues, no less. One of them looking rather petrified. The columns with the gold on the top, and oh, it's all fabulous. I mean, obviously this is how they lived. This is like, I mean, all the materials to build these things. Good grief. Well, if I go do our Domitius, I've just robbed the place. See ya. Oh, hang on a second. Let me get. Oh no, let me just get my bearings. So there are signs scattered around that indicate that we are in the underworld, which, if you're very familiar, I mean, the game told us about them. But remember when we were speaking with Galerius, and he said about the different people in the underworld that were given trials to do. You know, like pushing a boulder up a hill and picking an apple from a tree and all that kind of jazz. There's a person picking an apple in the lake over there. There's a person pushing a boulder up a hill just up here. There's another one about a wheel or something. So all these little things just pointing towards that fact, you know. Where are the people here? Look here, look, pushing a boulder. You see? Just these little clues. Anyway, while we're here, before we go delving into the cistern, we'll just hello, Cham. Good evening. Is he jumping?
Salve, friend.
Yes.
I'm Octavia.
He's jumping.
Welcome to life under the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
I was faring very well, actually, until you interrupted me.
Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to help us through times like these.
Yes.
We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first...
Oh, so do
I
I.
used to lay awake at night, contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out?
Life's questions.
What is the golden rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
No, do you know what? I don't think I need any assistance from you. Octavia, isn't it? Don't ask me how I know. But I'm just simply going to go and insert a plaque into this obelisk here. Not suspicious at all.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months.
Months?
And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Opius?
No. Opius, what are you doing? Get back from there.
Opius, this is
If
madness.
you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life?
Should we let him do
working
it?
for a man who treats me like an
His
animal?
fate is in our hands.
I know things are hard for you right
The
now.
power we
They're hard
have.
for all of us. We're all in this together, Opius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
You don't care.
Please, Opius.
You don't care.
Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Well, by the time we finish chatting, love, you know, he could have jumped off 15 times, couldn't he? Right. Okay, I'll fine.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Right. Okay, Opius. That might be the golden rule. Oh, fine. Fine, we can't let him, Joe. We can't do it. I'm a man of principle. I've got scruples, you know. Is this what Scintilla would want?
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You can actually jump in. How can you make it into there alive without dying? Because I was talking about jumping in, wasn't I? I was saying, can we land in the pool? The pool is about that deep.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand.
I'm going to try it
I
now.
don't want to hurt anyone.
I'm going to try it. Push.
I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning.
No, she hasn't.
If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. Oh, really? That changes things a little.
Yeah, Silithium.
But we're still in debt bondage to that monster.
Well, I can't help you with that, I'm afraid.
Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
I do, but I don't. No. 2,000 denarii?
Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus.
Well, I can't do everything.
We might as well be slaves.
I can't do everything.
And that's how much it will take to buy our freedom back.
I see.
So, do you have the money or not?
What if we lie? Lying is not going to break the golden rule, is it? No, I've not got any money. Sorry, pal.
Exactly. Nobody does.
He's going to jump in now, isn't he?
And even if they did, they're not going to help us.
Oh, dear.
I'm out.
Oh,
Wherever
no.
you are.
I tried.
I'm sorry.
Opius, no!
2,000 denarii is a lot of money. Oh, God.
I can't believe he went through with it.
It's fine. We'll save him in the next
Oh,
cycle.
Lord.
It's not a problem.
Poor lamb.
It's not a problem, love. We'll save him in the next... what happens now? We scrape him off the floor, I think.
I'll have to let everyone know what's happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa.
Yeah.
It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Opius.
Pray for him. Pray away, dear. Right, so how do we... In fact, can we see Opius's body here? Oh my god. I cannot believe landing in the pool is going to be a viable way to get into the villa. That is madness. Anyway. Look at that. Plaque number 2. I mean, I can read Latin. That says Pluto. Dis Pater. I mean, isn't Pater like father or something? Pater, father, paternal. And this one says Hades. I can read it. Hades. Something. Right, let's go to the cistern. Which I think was round the back here, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got Scintilla. We've got no further with the Scintilla quest, but the cistern could be a clue. Aurelia, we have to speak to get the Egyptian plaque, I think. And other than that, I think that's all we've got left. But I don't want to do everything this cycle because I want a perfect cycle. So I want to save everybody that we can possibly save, cure everybody that we can possibly cure, before we confront whatever his face is. Pluto, Hades, same difference. I want to leave with a perfect ending. No bad endings this time. Alright? There's going to be no not tonight's going on, no beat cops happening here. It's going to be a completely perfect ending. Oh god. I can't get through the door. Lights on, please. No, lights on. There we go. Captive? She's Scintilla? Oh! What the hell? What is this? Who's done this? Oh, calm down, dear, calm down. I'm here.
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
Who did this? I am Dominius Extentius, and nobody has sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
What monster? What's going on here? You appear to be quite the pickle.
I'm Scintilla.
I found a way out through the gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up.
His father.
To keep us all here forever.
Her own father.
Or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
I bet it's her father. Sentius. Who did this to you?
Sentius.
Yeah, knew it.
My adoptive father.
Dodgy fella. Knew it.
Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
Well, you can't quite do that because there's golden rules involved here. How hasn't this broken the golden rule? This is like kidnap and stuff. But very bad.
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Okay, where is this way out?
Behind me. There's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key.
And what will you do if I release you?
I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out.
You can't do that, I'm afraid.
And we can escape together.
No. What about the others?
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
Okay, this is quite the quandary here. If we let her go, she's going to kill Sentius, which is going to break the golden rule. We can't have that happening. And also, we don't want to escape either, because we want to confront Pluto. So the only outcome for poor Scintilla that I can possibly see right now is for her to remain in this captive state, which is rather sick. But it's a necessary evil, surely. What if I round everyone up so they're ready to escape once the golden rule is broken? No, what if I don't want to advance anything. No, sorry. Can't let you go. If you carry out your plans, everybody's going to die. So unfortunately, what I'll do is I'll come back and bring you some water and some bread, so you don't starve to death, you know. But you're going to have to just stay here for a little bit longer.
What? No. You can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
Look. No, just rational. Just rational. There's other ways to do this, Scintilla. Alright, trust me. Trust me. I'm a doctor.
I hate you. I spit on you. I hope this drags you to Tartarus.
It's a bit harsh. Oh dear. We can confront Sentius about his... Well, we will confront him just to let him know that we know. Put him on notice. Wow, what a twist. What a twist, eh? I knew there was something dodgy about that Sentius fella. I knew it. Shush! I don't know if I'd such drama. Oh, this is the gate. Oh, hang on a second, my friends. Right, okay. Right. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, stop. I was just saying, what's the plan? The plan is, I don't know. What is the plan? What is the plan? The plan is to do the plaques. First. I think that whole Scintilla, you know, rounding everybody up, escaping through the tunnel kind of stuff is if you want to escape, which is an option, of course, because that's what Equitia told us about. But we don't want to escape, no, we want to confront. So I think we're going to have to leave that be. I mean, it's bad news for Scintilla, isn't it? But maybe once we've, you know, confronted the gods and ended this whole charade, we can go back and save her. But she's just going to have to stay there a little bit longer for now.
On your best behaviour, I trust?
What are you two looking at? Surveying the whole situation, are you? Shut up whispering. You've not helped me at all. Whoever you are. Ave magistrate Sentius.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Oh yes, I forgot we've not talked to him in this cycle, have we? I am Dominius Extentus, and we have had this conversation before.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over.
Many times.
Is that about right? If so, what happened?
Many times. Look, we've had this conversation too. Look, I'm in a hurry, alright?
Seems rather brash, but alright. Why have you sought me out?
Because I know what you did to Scintilla, alright? I'm just thought I'd put it out there to put you on notice. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play stupid with me. You're keeping her tied up in the system.
You know, you remind me of him.
Who?
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
Al? You remember Al, do you?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one group to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles.
Is this the bad?
Because of that,
is this the bad ending? Don't do this to me, game, please.
We lived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation.
Oh, this is a bad ending.
I watched him come through the portal.
No.
This time.
No.
He's a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life.
Oh, no!
Just before he was shot with a golden arrow.
Okay, fine.
The next time I awoke, you showed up. But you've caught up to where he was so quickly.
Yeah?
I mean, you've lived through the day, what?
20 times?
Less than 15 times?
Less than 15?
Impressive.
Very good, right?
And yet everything you've
He did
done
1,000.
has been in vain.
No, please.
Because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now.
Look, you're scaring me, Sentius.
So, you discovered my secret. So what?
Nothing.
What are you going to do with
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Why can't we just say nothing and go about our business? Look, you knew there was a way out, and even much under. Why secrecy? Why secrecy? Come on.
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping.
It is very nice, yeah.
And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity.
Oh, I don't like this conversation.
Don't you see?
I don't like it.
I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
We're threatening, we're asking him to hand over the key. I do not want to say that. I want to say, I'm sorry, Sentius, I was only trying to put you on notice. I didn't intend to. I've left her down there. I could have released her. I didn't. I left her down there because I had no intention of doing anything about it. I had other things to do first, like confront gods and everything. But if you want to give me the key, I'd appreciate it.
And why would I agree to that?
Because... Look, I don't... I'm hoping this is the way to get out of this conversation. This isn't over, alright? I'm going to forget everything that's just happened. I'll think about it. It's not over. Alright, but... It's not over.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like
we're not withering and dying, my son.
and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my
Well, just
life.
let me carry on with my cycles then. Look, I will find a way to break the cycle and you... Why are we threatening him? This is not time to threaten somebody. He has the upper hand here. Or maybe he doesn't. I'll find a way. You just let me crack on with my business, because you can't kill me anyway, because it's gonna... Oh, can you? No, you can't. He can't kill me. Why am I panicking? He can't kill me. It'll break the golden rule. And then I'll just come back again. So how did Al die? Al killed himself, right? So I'm not... Yeah. So unless you kill me, but then I'll be dead. Oh, I'm confused. Look, I'll find a way, alright? I'll find a flipping way.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help?
No.
They don't care about you, and neither do I.
Mum's a word.
Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
Gladly. Oh, look at that. We've got an update. Figure out who is most likely... We've completed the Golden Rule quest. Oh, he's storming to... I don't like it. Why are you walking so fast?
Here is proof of a degenerate mind.
Why is he walking so quickly? With a purpose. What a horrible man! Okay, bearings. We need a plaque, quickly. We need a plaque, very quickly. I want to see the smile wiped off his face. You dare threaten me, pal.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked.
Not now, Galerius.
It worked.
Not now.
How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
Look, Galerius, I'm busy.
Oh, of course. I'll leave you to it then.
Good. Thank you very much. Right. Now where was I? Oh, that's right. Aurelia. I need to find out what happened to this Egyptian fella. Oh, he's just given me a new vigour. That man. A new vigour, a new purpose. I will break the cycle.
Cerberus lifts his triple head.
Oh god, it's a
and
new...
lets out his three.
It's a new cycle, she's confused again. Right, excuse me. Aurelia?
Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
It's fine, I've heard it all before.
They follow their trades.
Less than 15 times, apparently.
Their previous lives, but
Why
they are ignorant.
She's busy.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Are you ready now to serve your customers?
Ah, you're here.
There you go.
I'm so glad you decided to visit.
All right, sweet pea.
I'm Aurelia.
Oh, is that
And
so?
I hope I'm not being too forward, but The moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued.
Dashing looks.
You're not like any Roman man I've ever seen.
Okay.
You seem so refined, so civilized.
Oh, stop it. Oh no, please go on.
What was that? Some kind of joke?
Oh.
If it was, it wasn't funny. I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business.
All right.
So, what brings you to my tavern?
I am looking for Cabash. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered.
Oh, naturally, yeah.
The one word I kept hearing was vanishing. And then, the next day, Cabash just disappeared.
Strange.
Coincidence? I think not.
We're going now. Thank you for the information.
All right. See ya.
Georgius. Shh. Let's go speak with Georgius. What's he hiding? Vanishing. I tell you.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad.
Salve, Dooley. You're staying in there, you little thief.
I think so, my friend. It's election day today.
Oh, look, it's our mate. Can we pick up another bow from him? Yes, we can. And he's got a denarii on him as well. A denarii, a coin. He's died as well. The assassin has also died and ended up here. Right, where's our good friend Georgius? Ah, there he is, chilling out in his shop.
Welcome to my humble store. Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I.
Yes, I know. You want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some questions.
My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will.
I am looking for Cabash. And you, my friend, were one of the last people to see him.
Ah, I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but even discussing this matter is dangerous. Please, let us leave the live coals safely beneath us.
No, let us not. Because us foreigners should stick together, right?
Very well, but the magistrate would not look kindly upon this, so please keep it to yourself.
I don't like him.
For several months now, I have been sneaking out at night to worship the gods of my ancestors in the temple of Demeter. Each day, I leave offerings of food in the hope that we may have a bountiful harvest, and yet the next day when I return, the food is missing.
How is that a problem?
The offering, it is symbolic, you see. It is never eaten. So I ask, who or what is devouring the food in this temple? Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Argus until dawn to see if I could spot a thief going in. But do you know what I saw?
I have no idea.
Nothing.
No.
Nobody entered. And yet when I went to take a look, my offering was gone. It is bizarre, is it not? When I told my friend Cabash of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in, and to my dismay, he was never seen again.
Where is this temple?
It is the only Greek temple in the city. Head towards the baths, and it is the last building on your right.
Okay, well, that's where I'm going then.
I do not think you should pursue this, my friend. It would break my heart to be responsible for 2 people disappearing. But you do not strike me as a kind of person to be deterred by such warnings. So just be careful, I beg you.
Have we ever come across this temple before? What? How come we have not come across this temple before? Head towards the back. Oh, hang on. This temple here. We've walked past this many times and never noticed it was a temple. Not once have we ever inquired about this building. What the hell? Right, okay. A vase. Greek statue of a woman. Demeter. Do we need to put something on the table, an offering or something? Or do we maybe go behind? Oh. Oh. Oh dear. What's happened here? Where does this go? Well, would you credit this? Hello? I come in peace. Come in peace. I better keep my bow out. You know what I mean? Just shoot something into gold. If it attacks me, it's game over. What in the flipping flip's going on here? Like a little... That's the old man if he is Cabash, man. What is happening here?
Come and join me by the fire.
Okay. And who might you be?
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
I'm Dominius Extendius.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I am looking for Cabash.
Ah, Cabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago.
Oh, that's not you.
I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I've been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Pluto, god of the underworld.
Excellent.
Oh.
I see you are indeed quite astute.
Oh, very good, thank you.
Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
I'm very suspicious of this old man. Sounds easy enough. I love a good Socratic dialogue. What's a Socratic dialogue?
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question.
Okay.
Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
And to what extent? In every situation?
most situations.
So, you're not entirely confident. That is quite sensible.
Oh, good.
Indeed.
Yes, very sensible, yeah.
I'm reminded of something Socrates once said. To paraphrase, better to know that you know nothing than to know nothing and think that you know.
Very wise man.
It is because knowledgeable people have learned enough to know they know very little in the broader scheme of things.
Of course.
You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Whose version of right and wrong?
That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
There's more than one. Or is there more than one? I don't like philosophy. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct? Which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing? My instant reaction would be no. No, I'll go with my gut instinct. My philosophy is go with your gut, because it's usually right.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
I think there's no such thing as correct morality. I think it's subjective.
So is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and customs of whichever community we're in?
I think we need to decide for ourselves. The laws and the customs guide us, but that is all they are there for, a guide, right? We interpret them, and then we make our decisions. So it is down to the individuals to decide what they believe is right and wrong.
So if a man feels that stoning to death his unfaithful wife is right, then is it right?
Well, obviously we've only got one answer here. No, it's absurd. Which contradicts exactly what we just said.
I agree, but why?
I know,
Didn't
exactly.
you just say right and wrong depends on the individual?
This is insane. It feels like if he feels it's right to kill his wife, then he's confused, or maybe sick, or maybe he's right because the law said it's right to do it. Maybe he's telling us we picked the wrong answer here, in a philosophical way. But we will continue down this path to see where it goes.
I see. So you get to decide right from wrong. The people who see things differently are not allowed.
That's not what. No.
What makes you special?
Empathy. It's a cornerstone of human. What? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I do see what he means. Oh God, I'm crap at philosophy. I'm a maths man. I just like right and wrong, black and white. Any grey areas that require debate, I just don't do it. I'm a process kind of person.
Empathy, the emotion. Let me ask you this. Imagine you were forced to choose between the death of your beloved spouse and the death of two innocent strangers.
One death or
Knowing
two.
There will be no legal consequences. Who would you mark for death?
Well, technically speaking, we should kill the one person because it's only one life compared to two. You know, killing less people and all that. But because of the fact that this is our spouse, Of course we would pick the two strangers because we don't know them. But is that the right answer? I've read this somewhere. This same conundrum. I can't remember where I read it. And, you know... look. I know I should mark my spouse, because it's one life compared to two, but look, I'm only a person, right? And naturally, you wouldn't kill your own spouse, would you? Come on. Get a grip, old man.
Of course. Everyone.
Of course they would.
Our empathy, like a siren song calling us away from our true path, would lure us toward the greater evil. Can such a beguiling thing be a reliable cornerstone for anything, let alone the perfect moral code?
What are you saying? We should be devoid of lies? Well, no. What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
I'm picking the answers and asking more questions, naturally, because I want more information here. I mean, again, it is a fair point. But what about do not kill? Surely that's black and white. You shouldn't kill. Bad. Very bad.
Surely you would agree there are circumstances where an exception may be made, such as where it is necessary for self-defense or to prevent a greater evil? For any rule, you can imagine there are countless situations in which that rule may be suspended. Those situations are impossible to codify. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached.
I do maths!
Because the only way to create
that's why we don't like them
asymptotes is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
I agree. I agree. Completely agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
What the flipping hell? That was quite a riveting conversation. Come on, what's your story, old man? Who are you? We've debated, we've philosophed. Who are you?
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
I'm completely listening.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left college for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated. He drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time, to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny.
Why can't you return to the surface?
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again.
Okay, why can't you tell me your name?
I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive.
Yeah, he's Greek. Because he said he'd come from Corinth, right? Corinth. I'm just thinking Rome, Total War. Corinth is in Greece. Where is everyone else?
I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Cabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
How have you survived down here?
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine arguments, where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner.
Like so many things. Right, we're gonna pause it here. I'm just gonna get my dinner. And then I'll return to this rather riveting conversation. God, what a twist. Oh, I'm liking this. But where's Cabash? Let's get to the crux of the matter. Where is he, man? Okay, now this is a dinner. My God, I'm supposed to be on a diet, you know. I'm not a diet, but I'm watching what I eat. So we've got tinned pork. You know the tinned pork you can get, very, very nice. Not very good for you, but it's tasty. Leftover chicken breast from yesterday's roast chicken. Chips, mushrooms, beetroot, a fried egg, onion rings, and beans. That's about 1,500 calories here on this plate. Bloody hell, man. Right, talk about something. Okay, I know why he said Hades, but we'll entertain him.
They're one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto. Long before that, my people called him Hades. As you wish.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, would I be living like this?
And what do you... should we ask a philosopher this? My dinner will be a clap cob by the time I finish talking. Do you know about... What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me.
Yes, I was joking. That's like so funny. Right, where can I find Cabash? Where's he gone?
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own. Built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the shrine of Persephone became the shrine of Proserpine. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you so far.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek.
The plaque?
An even older plaque, bearing an Egyptian inscription.
Yes, yes. What did it say?
We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our
But you had done the same.
But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Cabash's trail.
Okay, what's in there?
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open.
That sounds horrifying. That sounds... Is that a key? What the hell is that? I'll be going now. That was an entertaining conversation.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
I will, yes. Wow! We are off into the catacombs, my friends. After I stepped over the fire. Whoa, 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 whoa. So
you've returned.
No, I haven't returned. I haven't left, you fool. I'm completely confused as to where I'm supposed to go. All these different pathways and catacombs branching off into different areas. Ooh, I don't think I want to go down there. Go down this way.
You've returned.
A bathtub? Where's a bathtub? A large tub which will be converted into a what? Into a rather eccentric bed. Ah. Demo, you missed a plaque. What? A plaque? Where's there a plaque? Oh, a Greek plaque which translates to "the many shall suffer for the sins of the one."
You've returned.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. Right, and I'm going to end this part of the stream right here. Pork, chicken, chips, beetroot, fried egg, beans, onion rings, and mushrooms. Oh, it's a plateful. Right, 10 minutes. A break for 10 minutes whilst I eat as much of this as I possibly can before my stomach cries out for mercy. And then we crack on. Go. I can't have it in silence. I'll have to keep the music playing. Right, so yeah, back in 10. Stretch your legs, get a drink, and then we shall return to see what Cabash is going to have to say for himself. Ooh, this is getting exciting. I'm really enjoying this. See you soon. Righty-ho, folks, I'm back. Suitably refreshed. A bit stuffed, like. And before you ask, no, I didn't eat it all. I left some of the more unhealthy things behind. So I've eaten all the chicken breast, which is healthy, you know. I've eaten the egg protein and all that. I had one slice of the chopped pork and left the other because pork's a bit fatty, you know what I mean? I've left half the chips and half the onion rings, but eaten all of the mushrooms and all of the beetroot and all of the beans. So I've eaten all of the healthier stuff on the plate and just left behind some of the unhealthier stuff. To be quite honest with you, the frightening thing is, I don't know if you saw the plate as it came in, it was a mountain of bloody food. I could probably still finish what's left of it and polished off the whole thing. But I have refrained because I've got self-control. Right then, so we're about to... Oh, Nagisa! My God, man. Thank you. My alarm would have gone off in 10 minutes. My alarm's going off in 10 minutes? Or was it going off at 10? No, my alarm's going off in 10 minutes, so I would have remembered. Because my alarm would go off, but thank you. Thank you very much. You see? I'm rubbish at this. Absolutely rubbish. I'm telling you, absolutely rubbish at taking pills. It's because throughout my entire life, as you well know, because I've told you before, I don't take pills. I could have the biggest headache known to man, and it's a very rare occurrence that I had to take a paracetamol, because I'm like, I don't do pills. All these chemicals in your body, you know what I mean? Right. Okay. So, we're about to dive in to some catacombs here to find Cabash, who apparently is not going to be very happy. And this is the bodies of the previous occupants. The old man's comrades. This poor sucker didn't even have a bloody burial, he's just laid out. One of the philosopher's 11 friends who he outlived. Bad news, man. Oh, there's another one. Another one here. Hello, Chris. Better remembering someone else's pills than my own. Yeah. Forget about your own pills, Equitia. It's my pills that are important, alright? Why is there one of these creatures down here? Look, I'm not having this performance again, alright? I'm not having it. Or maybe I am. What choice do I have? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, we're gonna get loads of these things because we're getting ammunition. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign, people. We're back to this bloody thing again. I I thought I'd get a head start, but obviously not. Oh, you're a proper statue! I got a bit jumpy, buddy. Apologies. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Where? Did I miss them? Did I miss the hieroglyphs? Did I miss them? Am I blind? On the door. Maybe on the door. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yeah, on the posts. Yeah. Egyptians, Greeks, Romans. Bang. I don't like this. I do not like this one bit. Neither does my frame rate. Man, I don't like this. I'm telling you. I have had practice, my friends. You do not wish to rile me. Don't forget we're on a timer still. How far into this cycle are we actually? Spent a lot of time doing philosophy. Got these great big pillars with the hieroglyphics on. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I'm telling you. All civilizations. Navy has been down here too. Or maybe Cabash is doing the same thing. Egyptian vases. Oh my god, why is it so awkward? Bush. Thankfully these ones are a little bit more docile. I'm making my way to that big throne all the way down there. Cabash, king of the golden statues. Self-proclaimed king. Bush. That is a person. I think. Yes, it is.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you?
You asked first, so I am Dominius Extentius, and who are you?
I am Cabash. And let me guess, another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors,
No. Do I look Greco-Roman to you? I'm insulted. I'm from Britannia.
Trousers, boots, curious hair. No,
Curious
I
hair?
suppose you do not.
I'll say
Then
yours.
What do you want?
It's more curious than mine. But I digress. I'm just looking for an Egyptian plaque.
To what end?
I want to return it to the obelisk.
That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you?
No.
I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain.
Why?
Here, take it and restore the honor of Osiris.
Okay, thank you. I mean, that seemed very easy. Why are you staying here? I'm gonna say it seemed a little too easy. The game reads my mind.
Now, as for the other plaque.
The mystery plaque. You know about that?
Indeed, I have it right here.
Oh.
I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was.
Why do I get a feeling that this one's not going to be quite so easy? May I have that as well?
You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it.
No! No, why are you going to do that?
Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie.
How so?
I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is?
See you later, Ariane. The Egyptian version of the underworld.
It has a name, and that is the Duat.
The Duat.
See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story, and here is what I have learned.
Okay, let's listen.
As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can see. Yeah, we're going to get him on side a bit of empathy. I completely see that. Yeah, I can see why you're being happy with him. But I'm not Greek or Roman.
I am glad to hear it, which brings me to this other fourth plaque.
Okay.
It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so,
probably the Carthaginians.
It would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us, and that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this, I cannot accept.
So because you can't accept it, you're going to destroy the plaque? How selfish.
Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
What a selfish fool. What does the inscription say? Can you read the language on it?
You will never know.
No, let's not do this.
This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris's name.
Please don't.
You are too late.
No!
It is done.
I wish you hadn't done that.
It could not have gone any other way. It was Osiris's will.
And I can't kill you either.
The thing of evil you sought is gone. Why are you still here?
Why? I don't want to talk to you, flippin' idiot. I I don't care. He might have some useful information, but I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to you. Piss off. Horrible man. I'm going.
Good. Be gone from
I'm
this
going. I
place.
don't want to talk to you.
Wait. You are planning to go down there.
You have made me angry.
I see it in your eyes.
Of course I'm going down there. What do you think I'm going to do? Turn around?
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up.
Yes, I would.
Madness.
I'm mad. I'm a crazy man. And I'll find a way back up. Alright?
We shall see.
And if I do come back up, I may speak to you if I've calmed down. But for now, I am not speaking to you! Bye! Woohoo! Oh! Woo! A Sumerian plaque! Who are the Sumerians? Ah. I just now need to find a way out. We'll find a way out, no problem. This looks strikingly similar to the start of the game, doesn't it? We fell in a great chasm into some water, and then we proceed to exit into the underworld bit. First civilization next to China. Nice. Well, that was a good guess then. Whoever guessed them. Crazy Canuck, well done. Well done. You know your history, sir. And now we are stuck down here. Time is ticking. Maybe we just need to let the cycle end, and we'll come back anyway. Why are we rushing? I've got a feeling it's not that simple. Is this sand? Stranger, heed the final words of Namkazu. Bear witness to our aftermath and lament us. We did our best to live as the gods commanded. We planted and harvested together. We shared bread and beer. We accepted newcomers with open arms as a family. But with each newcomer, the bonds of our family strained, and soon we were as strangers to each other. And when those bonds were finally broken, my brothers and sisters planted only for themselves and ate and drank alone. And it was there, in the empty space between us, that sin took root. Nergal's sentinels have awoken and clamour at our barricades. Learn from our I'll take that. I don't know why, it may come in useful. So again, all these people. A pressure plate for some kind of trap. I don't think I'll stand on that. I don't think I wish to stand on that, to be honest with you. I think I'll give that a miss, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Where's Lydia? Sumerian pottery? I have never heard of the Sumerians, ever. A strange object in the shape of a suitcase. We'll probably never know what this was for. They're trying to barricade themselves in. More pressure traps. That looks promising.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise.
Oh, don't do.
You will die here.
Don't do this, man. There's no need for this to end in violence. What is your flipping problem?
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed?
Look, just listen to what I have to say, will you? Stop being so flipping pig-minded, right? And listen.
Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me,
right, we better tell him.
Why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
Right, hang on a second. This is time to break out the old man's philosophy, alright? If anything's going to save us right now, it's philosophy. If something can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth. Oh, I don't know about that. I'll just try to replace the plaques. I'm going to go with that one. Something can be destroyed by the truth. It deserves to be destroyed by the truth. We should not cover up the truth to prevent the destruction. We should unearth the truth. And then we can learn from it in the future.
Then you admit it. You wish to destroy the sacred beliefs of my people.
No, don't do that.
I will not allow this.
Sorry.
Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives so that we may descend to the Duat in death and be judged accordingly.
Oh dear.
We prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales and to swear ourselves innocent of sin before the 42 assessors of Ma'at. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only a seed of truth. And now, I ask myself, did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives simply to trick us into obedience?
Yes, it did, yes. 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 Probably. Probably. But isn't being a good person a worthwhile pursuit? In and of itself.
I am not sure I follow.
Neither do I.
Speak plainly.
I can't speak plainly. The man's vibe has gone within me. The old man. I'm channeling my inner philosophy here. Even if your beliefs about the afterlife weren't quite accurate, isn't the important thing that they motivated you to live good lives? Isn't that the important thing? Eh?
Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point?
My point is, are you going to abandon a lifetime of good character now that it matters most, just because you found out that you were misled? Eh?
You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live. And you may do what you will with that plaque.
Pulled out the fire there.
I will remain here for a while and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my people's beliefs. Go.
I might talk to you now if you're still available. No, he's not available. Damn. I've mellowed a bit now that I can get out with my life. You know what I mean? God, I thought we were going to be dead there for a second. We really ticked him off, talking about destroying his, relics or whatever. Oh, here we go. I'm not taking a proper look at these people yet. With their kind of how they look, their physical appearance. With their big beards. And their different clothing. Oh, he's up there. How on earth do we talk with him? He's like 50 miles away. Cooey! Just gonna shout philosophy from down here. He couldn't hit us with an arrow from up there, surely. Who does he think he bloody well is? Right, let's speak with him. Excuse me.
You again. What is it now?
We're pushing our luck here. What's your story, buddy?
I am from Lakotis, which you may know as Alexandria.
Alexandria.
The name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before me. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity to learn Latin and eventually traveled to Rome.
And you died in a fire.
When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals into my boat and led many of them to safety farther along the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sinking, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs. I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was Kirti, and at the time, I simply thought him odd. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Kirti, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead.
Okay, well, thank you.
Of course, as the Romans say, may fortune smile on you.
Well, why what the Romans say? Why not what the Egyptians say? Eh? Anyway, we digress. Let's get the hell out of here. Right, we need to reset this cycle because A, time has passed now, and B, Opius is dead. So I want to at least get a perfect start, just in case it matters. So we're going to purposely break this cycle. When we get out eventually. Right, let's quickly speak with the old man one last time before we move out.
Ah, you've returned.
I wonder if we could dob him in.
Good to see you again, friend. Did you find what you need?
I did. I'll be going now.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
Yes. No. I'm quite intrigued if what happens if we don't keep it secret. How do I get out? Which way's out? I've forgotten. I'm confused. Which way was out? This way? Yeah, this way. Go! Why can't I get out? Hello? Cool. It's quite humorous, really, isn't it? If you look at it, that they come in here. I can't understand why they're taking all this food. What on earth is happening? I don't know what it is. Oh, what's this here? Oh, secret passageway. But anyway, that was fun. I quite enjoyed that section. Right, what time are we on? I don't know. There's no time around here. Can't see the sun. Can't estimate the time either. So what we're going to do is we're going to rob Decius of 5 grand, and then we're going to be ending the cycle. Decius! My favourite person in the whole world, where are you? Odysseus? Is it voting time? No. Where is everybody? They'll be in the pub. That's where they'll be. They're in the pub, aren't they? They're all chilling out in the pub.
You look well, my sartorial friend.
Hello, Georgius. How are you doing? Oh, I want to rob Decius of 5 grand.
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled there.
Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious...
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah, but...
Here's your money now.
What if there is something
I'm not telling you where it is. Go to hell! No, that might be Golden Rule Breaker.
Sounds like you're torturing yourself. Leave that for the gods. Try to relax.
Well, we did say that we'd tell him, didn't we? So.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Well, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't. You probably...
I should have said it, shouldn't I? Actually. Who cares if it ends? I'm trying to end the cycle anyway. That was fun. We should do it again sometime soon.
Don't even talk to me.
Citizen.
Hello. Wow. I want lots of money.
Isn't that a big long bow?
I want all the money. I want all the monies. Give me all the monies.
Many shall suffer.
How many monies have I got? 11,000.
For the sins of the one.
That is honourable, therefore.
Bye. I'll go this way. Woohoo! Ow! You little blighter. So Sentius lives through all the cycles, doesn't he? So he knows the situation. He knows what we've said to him. He knows what he said to us. I'm trying to think, would there be a purpose to him running there and saying, "I'm not going to bring you back"? But then he had have to reset the cycle for himself, wouldn't he, as well? For him to maintain his own immortality. Right, so let's get this perfect. Give him instruction to do everything.
Salve, friend. Oh. You... Alright.
Okay, so off he totters. Off he runs. We're going to make our way towards the temple. Right, folks, this could be it. This could be it. We could be facing off against a god right now. But don't worry, we've got a golden bow. What if you turn Sentius to... Oh, that's a good point. Turn Sentius into gold before he makes the portal. Oh, would that break things? That could well break something. That would be interesting to see what that would do. The thing is, Galerius has to do everything, right? And he takes time to do it. He takes time to do it. So Opius may still be here. Okay, no. He's not. He's gone. Fine. You can just see Demetrius still doing his press-ups. There's Horatius. You can just about see. Is that the outline of... No, I don't think it is. Oh, there he is. What a view. Nice place for a temple, right? Looking down upon the world. Jump. No jumping today, my friends, because we are here. We shall not dither, we shall not delay. We shall insert the final plaque. What the hell is going on? Oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go, folks. We're going in. How can we pass this test if we don't know the rules? These doors are going to lock behind me, aren't they? No, they're not. I'm surprised. Okay, they're still open. They're not locked, just closing. Oh dear. Save? It auto-saves. Right. Whose name shall we speak? Part of me thinks we should recite the name of the one that's the furthest back, right? The furthest back people. But I'm going to stick with my Roman roots. That's what I was thinking. The original god would make the most sense, wouldn't it? But I'm not going to do it because I'm going to stick with the Roman theme. We're going to call him Pluto. Father of riches, grant me an audience. That might have an impact on the ending. You never know. Could do. At what point? Because there's not just like 2 endings here. Apparently there's a few. So I'd be intrigued to see what ending we get. We've got to get the perfect ending, man. We've saved everybody. We've done it in a few tries. You know, we've not too many cycles. You know, we're confronting the god himself. We're not fleeing in fear. This has got to be the best ending you can get, surely. I'm hoping so. I've tried so hard to avoid a catastrophe here. I've tried so hard. I hear water. Pluto again? Okay. Pluto, father of riches, grant me an audience, I ask. Okay, that's not Pluto. Pluto's not interested. The first door was Pluto. So maybe we're going backwards in time. So if it's not... So it was the Greeks next, right? Hades, Lord of many, grant me an audience. Going back through the ages. Back through the ages. So now look, this is the Egyptian part. Oh, you see, it's all about the architecture. Greek architecture. It's about the architecture. Look. Roman architecture. All red and lovely and gold. And marble floor. Lovely. And then Greek architecture. Not bad flooring, but the pillars could do a bit of work. You know what I mean? Bit grey. Bit grey for my liking. I prefer the Roman version. And then we get the Egyptian version. Oh, very sandy stone. And again, a bit devoid of colour. Yes. And then we get Osiris, Lord of Silence, grant me an audience. So the fact that we got the Roman one right first time was quite a fluke. So close. So close. Great temple door, speak one last time. Nergal the Fierce One, grant me an audience. Bright lights shining upon me. The hell? What the hell just happened? What in the... Oh, don't go all weird on me, game. Come on. Don't go all weird. What? It's gone all sci-fi. We're in a sci-fi the whole time. Come on, game. You know I don't like space and sci-fi stuff. Come on, you know this. I'm all about the history. Can I go back to the history part? I don't like... Oh, come on. Flipping in this... The hell? Where's Shepherd? Oh, look, there's Australia. Oh, there's somebody sat on a throne.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you?
Yeah,
and what is
from
more,
Britannia.
You carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly.
Brazenly?
But there will be time for your reckoning later.
Reckoning?
First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
The same questions. What's your story, God of the Underworld? Because I'm not a religious man. Give it to me plain.
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
You're a god, aren't you? Just clarifying the finer details. I've come a long way. I deserve the clarification. You're a god, right?
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself.
Oh, what do you call yourself?
Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
Okay, but you look and sound like a man.
My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
Oh, nothing beats a good bit of rage. You got that rage, you gotta get it out. It's oh, I've been there. May I see your true form, please?
No.
No.
Long ago, I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind.
Damn.
I must honor that.
Turns into this hideous creature. Oh no! Please go back to the human form. You're hideous. Go back to the human form. Who's the woman on your left?
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
I'm gonna say she didn't like him. I was gonna blab that, but shh.
Your gaze lingers too long.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. She's very beautiful. You've chosen well. And who is that on your right?
That is my servant. You would have met by the river.
though she wears many faces.
Not quite so
and goes
beautiful.
by many names.
Yeah.
Kumutabar
Charon,
to the Sumerians.
Charon.
Kirti to the Egyptians. Charon to the Greeks.
And Karen to me.
Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman.
You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
Okay, I think I'm done.
As you wish.
But what is this place? It looks a bit fandangle.
It has come to be known simply as the underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
A wager? A wager? What wager?
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day.
A wager?
You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you, without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
We're a sinful bunch, aren't we? I'm assuming, for those of you who are expert in mythology and stuff, that this is all very true as to the, you know, if I was to Google these gods and these people, that this would be the story. Okay, who are your kin?
There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names. but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone.
Yeah, know them all. I learned all my gods. You see. Just the names, not the bloody histories about them. Who built the city?
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
It's all very good stuff, is this? So how did you decide who comes here?
To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone's along with it.
Who's got the last 2 coins, I wonder? Okay, so how did humans learn about the underworld?
It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place, in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
Okay.
Of course.
So are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
Why gold?
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, the silent golden sentinels.
It's a bit harsh. So you're responsible for destroying all these lives?
I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
Where did these golden bows come from?
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not?
Well, it's not as easy to apply the principle as it sounds, actually.
For you, perhaps.
How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all of the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
Ooh, Why were you saying this? We're supposed to be quiet. Is Proserpina connected to the statues in the same way?
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not.
Why have we said that?
Why do you ask?
No reason. Dominius, be quiet. No reason. Why did you bloody mention it in the first place, you moron?
Then what an odd question.
I know, Dominius. I've seen some terrible things here that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen? Poor woman chained up in the bowels of the bloody system, for example.
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example?
Right, okay. We'll start with abduction.
Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the system, I take?
Yeah, pretty
He
heinous.
did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly seriously.
Oh.
Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree?
Save the one to protect the many? No. Spare the one? No. Sacrifice the one to spare the many. It's a numbers game. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Because I did exactly the same thing.
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I've overlooked?
Okay, what other sins? Debt bondage, that's just a debt, that's not a sin, is it? Price gouging for life-saving medicine? That's not really a sin, is it? Suicide. Yeah, if you want to kill yourself, it's your choice. Not really a sin, is it? In fact, I think suicide's a crime. Still in British law, I think it's still a crime. Suicide. So it's a strange old crime because you're dead if you commit it properly. You've committed the crime of suicide. What's his sentence, sir? He's dead. Oh, I don't know. Oh, has it been decriminalised? Oh, has it? All right, okay. I thought it was still I read it was still a crime somewhere. Which is the most absurd thing. Or maybe I'm getting confused with assisted suicide. Which is still a crime, I believe. To assist in suicide. How is it a crime? Who are they going to punish? Exactly. That's the thing. Or maybe it was. Maybe I got confused. Maybe it was a crime. It was a crime at some point. I knew it was definitely a crime at some point. To be fair. It was a crime, which is nuts. Yeah, it was a crime, yeah. I recall it being a crime. I remember reading it. Which was just madness. In Oblivion, Sheikoroth made it a crime. They executed the corpse. Okay, I'm not so fussed about any of these, to be honest with you, but I'm going to ask the question because why not?
I've seen no such thing, but in any case...
No, because we saved them.
Taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
Price gouging for life-saving medicine.
The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined?
He wouldn't want someone else to demand an outrageous price for the medicine he needed if he was dying. Hypocritical. Major sin.
I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others.
Really?
And he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway.
That's speculation.
Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree.
Oh, does it now?
It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation.
Oh, one of those airy-fairy kind of situations, is it? Does that make it inherently subjective and unreliable?
Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man.
And you think you know the minds of other people, do you?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken.
No.
I should turn you all to gold
No, I didn't mean that.
Is that what you want?
I didn't mean that, sorry. No, of course not. just pulling your chains. Just pulling your chains.
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
Ooh! Do you know what? Let's go the whole hog. It's no wonder people say that goes are cruel, unreliable, subjective moral code. You're no better at judging right from wrong than any human being. You're all a bunch of damn hypocrites.
Do you honestly think you could do better?
No, but that's my point. That's exactly. Nobody's grasp of right and wrong is so perfect that they can be trusted with all his power. You, sir, have become a tyrant.
I should strike you down for that.
I'm just speaking plain. And if you did, you'd be proving my point.
Now, did you have any other questions?
We're getting a bit brazen all of a sudden. Do you know what? I think I've proven my point. That old man, his bit of his philosophy has rubbed off on me. It's made me a better man. No, I've spoken enough. I'm getting myself into trouble here.
Very well.
Very well. That's all, Your Honour.
Good. Then now it is time for your reckoning.
Reckoning?
Only, it seems, something is wrong.
Wrong?
It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here?
Yeah, you did. Maybe you're getting forgetful in your old age.
You would have us believe that my servant merely forgot bringing you here.
No, sorry. Just look, you got to understand me. I'm a comedian in a past life. I misspoke. Okay, I'm from the future. How about that? 2,000 years in the future.
If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
Karen.
Cannot know.
We can't lie to him. I was hoping you could tell me. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm going the same day, over and over again, several times. I don't know who I am. Well, I know who I am, roughly. But, you know, it's all been one confusing trip. And if you can't tell me, then we're all screwed.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine has slumbered for 3,000 years.
Well, you're the god of the underworld. Shouldn't you know this kind of thing?
Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
I would like to put an end to the golden... Do we want to... Yes, we've come to put an end to the golden rule. I'm just thinking for a brief moment. Have we just come here to escape? I don't care about you little cronies and all those golden people. I just want to go out because I'm selfish, bugger. No, I've come here to end the golden rule. That's what I've come here for, because I could have ran before now. I could have gathered the troops and exited through the cistern. But I've come to face you down.
Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case.
Or we could die here, you know.
But I warn you, if you anger me
God.
or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments,
okay,
you face death here.
Okay, Dominius, be quiet.
Why should I put an end to the so-called golden rule?
Shh, Dominius, stop it! Stop it, Dominius! The golden rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win the wager.
How so? And be specific. You've made a grave allegation.
Hang on.
And I expect you to back it up.
Oh yeah, don't worry. These don't seem like very strong arguments. Malleolus has trapped people in debt bondage by convincing them that rebelling would break your law.
His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day.
Decius is price gouging for life-saving medicine because he knows nobody can take it by force.
True. I have witnessed him doing that.
And Rufius has become so paranoid that he's jumping at shadows like Virgil's sexuality.
He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one.
And that's everything.
Pathetic. You will need to do a lot better than that.
Okay. Oh, damn. Have we not uncovered enough things? I thought we'd done everything. And look, how can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself?
That is a very serious accusation, mortal. What sin have I committed? What evidence do you have to support it?
You abducted Proserpina and prisoned her here.
I am well aware of the story told by the Greeks and Romans of my so-called abduction. It is entirely unfair. My love was dying, and I intervened the only way I could to save her life. What would you have done?
Well, she didn't choose to die. Or didn't she choose to die? Sorry, didn't she choose to die? She chose to die. She chose to join the mortals on the living plane, and therefore she forsake her immortality. That was her wish, and you have taken it away.
It was an act of rebellion against the others. She knew I would have to act to save her, and I did because I loved her. I love her still. Accordingly, I reject your argument.
It's like, of course you reject the argument, because you're bloody the judge, jury and executioner here. I need an independent person. You give your side, I give my side, and somebody independent's supposed to make the decision. For every argument I put forward to you, be like, I thought of baloney that. I dismiss it. Even if it was plainly obvious. This is a fix. You have given terrible punishments to hundreds of people, some for minor sins and some who committed no sins at all.
Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished collectively. The Romans understand this, as did the Greeks before them.
Bad. Collective punishment is egregious, alright? Egregious. If our positions were reversed, you wouldn't want me to punish you for the sins of other people.
But I'm a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal. Let me ask you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be treated? Do you care for their well-being as you would your fellow man?
Yes, I do.
Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection from predators? Do you give them rights?
Unless they're a wasp, and then I kill them. Sorry, wasps. I don't want to agree with him, but I don't want to lie either. It's not a lie. Dominius loves insects, apart from hornets. But we didn't harm the hornets, we just took their nest down. Oh, God. We don't give them rights, do we? Okay, fine, no.
Of course not.
No.
Because that would be absurd.
Damn
just
you.
as it would be absurd for me to treat your kind as equals.
Damn you. Oh, God. This is such a bad thing to...
My love for her does not mean I am not superior.
I pressed the space bar by mistake.
She is mortal.
That sounds arrogant. Perhaps you're not as different from humans as you think.
Bah. For a moment, I thought you might have been building to a point.
Oh, damn it!
But I see now you are just a hubristic little creature.
I am not hubristic. I am not hubristic. Look, I am giving you the facts as I see them straight. But if we see this top one, it's going to reveal something. But we've got no... It's either that or attacking with a bow. I'm sorry, Proserpina. We've got to go here. Our previous arguments have fallen on deaf ears. If you're doing this for love, you should know that Proserpina doesn't love you.
He cannot know.
I see what you are doing. You are trying to undermine the one thing keeping me anchored here. You are playing a dangerous game.
I've been playing a dangerous game for the last 10 minutes. But I've got to do it. I can't. There's no other options. Oh no. Oh God. I think I screwed up the conversation when he said you were making it up, you were building up to a point, and then I've made the wrong choice there. Oh. Oh God. Why can't he know about her? What's she gonna? What's gonna happen to her, or what's gonna happen? I was on the right track. Oh no! I fucking screwed up, man. I can't believe it. Can we not go revisit old conversations? My apologies.
You have no idea how close you just came to eternal torment, mortal.
I think we can revisit the old arguments. Can we revisit old arguments? Right, wait a minute. That one.
That is a very serious
Oh, we can revisit.
Mortal.
We can revisit. We
what
can revisit.
sin have I committed?
We can revisit.
What evidence do you have to support it?
We're going back. We're going back in the argument zone. Right. That one.
Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished collectively. The Romans understand this, as did the Greeks before them.
Very good. Yes, yes. Now, I can't remember where this one went. Or do we go with that one? No, we go with this one. We go with this one.
Ah, but I'm a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal. Let me ask you this. Do you ensure that...
Oh God. I mean, there's no consequence to getting this wrong, is there? So... Which I don't know if I'm a fan of. I think if you'd gone down this line and screwed it up, I think it should be locked out, personally, to prevent you from doing this. But seeing as it's an option... Do we say yes then here? No, that's a lie. Try no again.
Of course not.
Okay, so there you go. What makes your kind superior to mine?
Where to begin? Our lifespans exceed yours by thousands of years.
Right.
In which time we accumulate vast wisdom and a mastery of technology you cannot begin to imagine.
Okay. Right. So, why does wisdom and technology make you superior?
Because that is the source of our power over you.
So you think because you're not obligated to treat us fairly because you're more powerful than us?
You could say that.
What was it that the Roman Stoic said? Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you? Was it not?
My kin have no superiors.
Hang on a second, but didn't you say that you also answer to people? Jupiter, perhaps, your leader? You mentioned that right at the very beginning of our conversation, didn't you?
That is true. Go on.
Okay, so are you treating humans the way you would wish Jupiter to treat you?
Make your point, mortal.
Well, I mean, read between the lines. I'm saying, if you can't follow your own rule, how can you expect humans to?
Let me ponder that.
You ponder.
If you are right, then it would follow that all this time I have been in the wrong. But no. The very thought of it grieves me. How can I accept your argument when doing so would make me a tyrant and a monster?
It's the truth. Ooh, quite close, these two. He's not human though, is he? Come on, let's be honest here. It's truth. You've committed atrocities and you need to start taking responsibility.
Your hubris grows tight.
Wrong answer.
You will make a fine.
Wrong answer! Oh, wrong answer! No, right, the last one! I don't believe it! Oh! Oh! No! Oh!
Do you really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon?
Break my chamber, seize my crown.
How dare you threaten her? This ends now.
Oh, he's rising up!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. You will suffer eternal torment at this.
Run! Flippin' hell, run, man! Oh no, we can't die, man. We can't die. How are you supposed to survive this? There's too many of them. How are you supposed to survive that? Come on, get real. Oh, we're getting the violent ending, I think. Do not tell me. Do not even tell me I've got to go through that entire conversation again. Oh, it's because of the flipping thingy. Have we got to go through all of that conversation again? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, you have got to be joking. There's got to be a quick way to get to this conversation.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. First.
Right, we don't got no questions. We don't got no questions.
Good. Oh, it's when I carry on.
If that...
How did... I... tread in what? Ha! That is a... Let do you... Because... My... Make your... If you... How can I... You will...
Okay, right, we're back at the same bit again then.
Do you really think you can wound me, a god?
Because I don't want to pick the other option because you know, now because I know the answer now, I'm going to pick the same options again because it is as it is. Just like a good old RPG, I don't change my choices once I've made them.
How dare you threaten her? This ends now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Woohoo!
You vile, despicable creature.
I've got to keep moving side to side here. Go, 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 go. Go. Jump. Jump. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down. Jump around. Woohoo! Jump around! Oh, that hit me. That hit me. Oh, we get an autosave here, I think. We get an autosave. Oh, open these doors! Is there a quicker way to do this? Sanchez! I'm coming, Sanchez! Oh my god. The rope. Oh. Oh damn. I've fallen. I've fallen. I think I've fallen. I've fallen. Where am I? Oh, yes! Woo! I thought I'd fallen into like a point where I was not going to be able to get out of. So what we're doing? Show Pluto you have Proserpina's crown. At what point do we show him that, I wonder?
Salve, friend. Mind telling me... Oh. Yulia. Alright.
Off you go. Toodle pip. Time rewound so you could try again technically. What, and get the right answer? There was an option to talk to the philosopher again. Was there? Did I miss that? Unless that was to get the tablets. I don't... What? Oh, my quest journal. Persuade the god of the underworld to abolish the golden rule. I may need to ask the philosopher for help here. Oh, hang on. Hang on. He may be able to give us extra options. Good spot. Good spot. A more philosophical argument to approach him with. Time has rewound, so we can indeed pick new answers now because we have the benefit of time rewinding. We can still get the good ending. Oh well. Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? This way. Indeed we could. Indeed we could. I don't remember how to get there with the text with a text dialogue line, but we'll. Oh no, wrong place. Where am I going? Sorry, Scintilla. Give you false hope there, my dear. Oh, it's a Greek temple. A Greek temple. Greek temple. I'm getting confused. Come on, you blasted thing. Have I lost the power to zipline or what? Have I lost the zipline here? I can't zipline anymore. What's going on? Have I lost my zipline powers? Oh, there we go. We're that bamboozled after speaking with bloody Pluto that we've gone all a bit funny. What's down here? I've never been down here. I have never been here. What is this? This is like the baths. Look at this little bathhouse and the toilets. Ew. Someone died on the toilet. Oh my god. We found the bathrooms. Never been there before. I can't believe I'm still finding little places that I've not been. Right. Mr. Philosopher Man. It's the Kazi. Oh my god, this is mind-boggling stuff, people. This is mind-boggling stuff. What the hell are we going to ask this philosopher? I do not know. And even if he tells us, I'm going to get so confused by his answers. I don't know how much help it's going to be.
And join me by the fire. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
This is going to be complicated, isn't it? Look, we've had this conversation before. You're going to explain that the exertion of power required to create utopia will always result in tyranny.
I was indeed. But we've never met before, have we? I'm sure I would have remembered. Blessed Lissa, am I losing my memory?
No, I'm just caught in a time loop.
Oh, that's a relief.
Oh, well,
moment,
thankfully.
It was I who was touched by this.
Oh no, it's me. I'm the mad one. Look, how would you, with all your philosophical wisdom, persuade the god of the underworld to abolish the golden rule?
I assume you're asking me this as some kind of amusing hypothetical?
Yes. No, I am completely mad. I met him, but I wasn't able to persuade him, so I'm going to try again. But I need some expert philosophical things to come out with to convince him, because he's a very smart fella. He's a god, after all.
Extraordinary. And let me see if I can help you. I suppose first I'd want to gather information. I'd want to know about his reasons for imposing the golden
Remember
rule
this.
and what he considers as sin.
Yes, we got that.
If I could expose some internal inconsistency in his reasoning, some degree of hypocrisy, I might be able to compel him to change his position.
Right.
But as a philosopher, the saddest truth I ever learned is that all but the most enlightened opponents are more easily swayed by appeals to emotion than by reason. So the easiest path would be to find his emotional susceptibility and exploit it.
Persephone.
If he was vain, I might try to flatter him.
Vain, flatter.
If he was merciful, I would try to evoke pity. As a last resort, I might figure out what he fears losing above all else, and, if I could, threaten to take it away. Though, of course, that could easily go awry. Now, go quickly while my words are still fresh in your memory.
What? How has that helped us? I can't even remember what you said. My journal's not updated. We didn't need that. We were already there, weren't we? We'd already had him on the ropes, and we just picked the wrong answer at the last second. Right, okay. So, what did he say? Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Emotion. Or, if all else fails, threaten to take away from him that which he... whatever. No. We had him on the ropes, man. We had him on the ropes. Proud and smug. Yeah, we were at the right path. It was just that last hurdle. We're going to go down the same line, but because we're in a time loop, we're going to learn from our previous loop's mistake, and we're going to pick the right option this time, because that is complete and utterly fair game.
Citizen.
I hope
But
you're
we've got Proserpina's crown now, though. So what difference does that make? Do we go and show? Do we show him Proserpina's crown now? Do we show him the crown, or do we go down the previous lines that we were going down initially and just continue that to it till the finish? I think the Proserpina's crown bit is A last resort. I think that's a last resort option. But why would we show him the crown? I don't understand why we would show him Proserpina's crown. Show Pluto you have... That'll probably convince him that we've done something to her, right? That's not a good thing. Where are we? Roman bit. Pluto. Hades. Osiris. And Nurgle. God, this was weird, wasn't it? Right, so we're going to go through the entire conversation that we went through last time, the entire conversation, to make sure we don't miss any bits, and then we just.
And here, allow.
Right. Okay. See this? Whoosh! It's Proserpina's crown. Let's not do that. What's your story?
My story is.
You're a god.
It is your. My
you sound like a man. I see your true form. There's a woman on your left.
Your gaze lingers to.
Who's that on your right?
That is you.
The
you
ferryman.
will talk more later.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
What is this place?
It has come.
Wager.
That is. We be, but my. It's.
Wow, it's a long conversation.
They will. And so.
Okay, and are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but he. That. So. When.
Principle is not as easy to apply as it sounds. No reason.
Then.
Suicide. Fair enough.
Now tell.
Price gouging. Speculation.
Applying.
Subjective.
Not it.
Mines. No, never mind. Debt bondage.
And you.
I don't think it's illegal under international.
Now tell
we didn't actually discuss that last time, did we? We did say this though.
Do you honor?
No.
And
if you didn't prove my point.
Now.
Okay, so that's what we said last time, right?
Very.
That's all the questions.
Good. Only it is when I carry on.
I do.
That one?
You.
No. Hoping you could tell me. Shouldn't you know this?
Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. Why have you come here?
I'd like you to put an end to the Golden Rule.
You're hubris. If you... So, tell me.
I said this... Wait a minute. I said this bottom one first, didn't I? I said the bottom one... The first time round, I said the bottom one first. The Golden Rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win the Rager. Yes, I did.
How so?
Yes, Decius is price gouging.
True.
Rufius has become paranoid. Malleolus is trapped.
He's cruel.
That's all I can think of.
Pathetic.
Okay, and then how do you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself?
That is a very serious accusation.
Didn't you abduct Proserpina and imprison her here?
I am well aware. It is it.
But didn't she choose to die?
It was an act according.
Did I say the second one? You've trapped people in this city against their will. I don't think I said that one, did I? I don't think I said the second one before. Said the first one. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get the same. Anybody can remember? trying to remember where he... I don't think I... No. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I did. Okay, we're straight to this one then. Terrible punishments.
Every one of those people was guilty. They failed collect.
Okay, if our position were reversed, you wouldn't want me to punish you for the sins of other people.
Ah, but I'm a god. Let me ask you this. Do you...
No.
Of course.
The second one.
Where to begin? In which time?
That one.
Because that is the...
That one. That one.
My kid.
Jupiter was your leader, yes? Treating humans the way you would wish Jupiter to treat you.
Make your point, mortal.
I'm saying if you can't follow your own rule, how can you expect humans to?
Let me ponder that.
Let him ponder, let him ponder.
If you're right, then it would follow that all this time I have been in the wrong. But no. The very thought of it grieves me. How can I accept your argument when doing so would make me a tyrant and a monster?
We picked the top one, didn't we? Okay, was this the one that we made the mistake on? Was this the one we made the mistake on? Yes, this is the mistake one, isn't it? Yes, right, okay, so you're not a monster, you're a human. And you made a mistake. Because that's what humans do. We're foolish people. Foolish things.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
Oh, there's more! Oh, God, I don't want to get it wrong again now. Humans make mistakes. It's in our nature. We're not perfect.
You have spoken eloquently. And yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning.
Fatally flawed.
But that would mean Jupiter, Chrysobedes' father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Oh, no! No! Right, perhaps he made a mistake too. Perhaps he wanted you to abandon the wager so Proserpina would be free from you. Perhaps he felt threatened and didn't want a potential challenge in Elysium. Perhaps he left you behind because even your own kin didn't want you. I'm not looking for help here. I'm not looking for help. I mean, maybe he did make it. Maybe you're all fallible. That's a bad thing to say. I mean, he's a hubris kind of guy, isn't he? He's kind of like, you know, this could pander to his kind of, oh yeah, maybe he did feel threatened. Yeah. Oh, look at me, big I am. But I don't think. Oh. What did the philosopher say? I want to say that one.
A mistake? But he is the best and greatest of us.
Perhaps when you took on human form, you took on some human foibles as well. Or every single one of you. Curse those foibles.
Your words sting me, mortal.
Oh, the music is gone.
Perhaps it is what I deserve.
Oh, God.
As difficult as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now. And I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Oh, I don't wish to ascend. I don't want to ascend to Elysium. Who gives a crap? I just want to return to the world in which I've come from. Alright? I just want to go back to my worldly things, you know. Just simple stuff. To live a different day rather than the same one over and over again. I'm not being greedy. Alright? And it'll be the same for everybody else.
Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others.
Oh, good, lovely.
But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
What? What? Excuse me?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready?
Are you ready? Oh, well, we've got no choice in the matter. I'm ready.
Farewell, mortal.
Fare thee well, god of the underworld. Look how he looks a bit... Oh, we're going backwards. Al! Hey, Al. Oh, where are we? Oh, we're... Oh! The ruins of the temple. Ow! There's no obelisk here.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Hello, Al. Alworth, is it? I came here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Dominius Oxtentius.
Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet.
Oh!
Apparently there was a community of 20-something people trapped in
Galerius.
here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule.
Really?
They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them.
Ludicrous.
Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt,
who is this man?
and so on.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him.
What a tosh.
Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Well, that sounds a bit far-fetched. Well, bloody oracles and all this speaking to gods nonsense. Who's going to believe that silliness?
I don't know, it reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Oh, right, okay, I'm right behind you. Why would I want to rush out of the city? I want to explore the city in its ruinous state. I want to just get a glimpse of the city as a ruin one last time. Oh, Fresh air. Freedom. What are you doing?
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else is ever lured into this temple.
Lured? Alright.
You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
This is your backpack. Don't forget it. Oh man. I'm actually quite sad. My little forgotten city. Galerius and the crew. Oh, some strange graphical lines. Is that graphical lines? No, it's not. It's actually little, like little metal things. Oh, I thought it was a glitch. I don't think it is. I think it's intended. Or maybe it's not. Is it? No, it's intended. Oh. Yeah, the magistrate getting his comeuppance. Are you kidding me? Mind you, if the cycle ended, well, he'll have got his comeuppance, wouldn't he? Because he wouldn't have been able to come back again, and prolong his life through the cycles. We've got to imagine the look on his face when he found out when the god spoke out. Can you imagine the look on his face? Oh, he's solved this problem. I can't believe it. How on earth has that happened?
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found Al. Karen. He'll be here in a moment.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Well... I'm going to keep it kind of close to my chest, I think. I just don't have the inclination to tell her about it. I don't know why. Like with Al, when I didn't say it was me that did it. I just want to kind of think, you know what? She knows. I know. You know what I mean? I discovered the ruins of an ancient underground city.
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes.
Oh.
Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But... You two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
No. No! I want to go back to me, for God's sake. Okay, Karen. There he is home. I would have learned how I died if I told... Oh, don't tell me that now, Nagisa. I knew I should have picked... I wanted to pick that option, but I didn't want to pick it. Because I did. If I was in that position, I would have just kept my mouth shut. I'm like, no. I'm not telling you a damn thing. Oh. Take us home, love. Now. Oh, would you later? You can tell us, Nagisa, how he died at the end of the stream. I love this music as well. Oh man, I've really enjoyed this game. Are these some of like the ancient murals and stuff maybe that have come from the... We're in a... Oh, look at that! We're in a museum. Ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt and Sumer.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again.
I thought that was
After
bloody...
everything you've been through,
Thinking for a second.
I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius's tablet. And I found something strange.
Strange?
I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Oh, I like a surprise. I like a surprise. Hang on. An ancient Roman statue of an unknown man in an inscrutable pose. One hand seems to welcome and the other warns.
It's you.
Oh, hello.
Huh?
There he is.
Huh? Galerius?
You're finally here. Remember me?
Galerius, what are you doing here?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen called and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
What are you doing yourself, mate? Oh, Equitia! Equitia!
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Oh, invite? Oh, bloody hell. I'll have a good party, mate. Count me in. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too. With enough room for Dooley, of course.
Oh, Dooley?
It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Oh, Galerius, I can't. You're the first person we've seen, and you're the first person that I thought about when we could no longer go back into the city. Oh, it's fantastic to see you.
Of course. There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you better keep moving.
Oh, God.
We'll speak again soon, my friend.
I feel, oh, gosh, let me keep moving and seeing all these people. Hello, Dooley.
Hello, I'm Dooley.
Oh, I know you, Dooley. I remember who you are.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it.
Oh, dear. Well, sorry you never found your treasure, Dooley.
Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box. Galerius got me a box that tells stories.
Oh.
It's my favourite thing.
Good stuff, Dooley. Good stuff. Glad you're happy. Right, bye, Dooley.
Bye-bye.
I don't care what Dooley's doing with himself nowadays. Bless him. He probably don't know what he's doing. That's an awful thing to say. A lararium. Look at that. Look at that. A DVD player. What the hell are you wearing?
Oh, hello.
Who do we speak to next? I'm confused. Iulia? Oh, Lucretia? Oh, they love their naked statues, don't they, these Roman people?
Hey.
Horatius? Rude Censure? Can we actually speak to it? Can we speak to?
Hello.
Oh, we can speak to them all.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you.
Just
Galerius told
blanked
me
her.
all about you.
Good to see you too, Equitia.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm
Wow.
just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
Oh, good, good. What are you doing with yourselves then if you're not a priestess?
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family. And Dooley too,
Of course.
It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us.
How's Livia?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere. If you'd like to ask her yourself.
Oh yeah, I will do. Thanks, I'll do that. Good to see you again.
See you at the wedding, I hope.
Oh, exciting time. The wedding. Very good. Oh, look, we got the shield. Oh, there's another backpack here again, look. Roman helmet. Horatius!
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
I don't recognise you without your helmet on. Horatius, hello there.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. And reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you.
Hopefully Scintilla's forgot about the part where we left her behind. Chained up. What are you doing yourself these days, Horatius?
I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot. But some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Oh, whatever happened to Domitius? The guy with the press-up guy.
He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most.
Oh dear.
He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament.
UFC?
Like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts.
UFC?
And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out. And his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Sounds like he got what he deserved.
You're not wrong.
Sorry about your little girl and not seeing her again.
Ah, you remembered that.
I did, yeah.
Thank you. I grieved for a time. But that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
Well said.
Thanks.
Nice to see you, Horatius. Take care.
And you. Farewell.
Oh, it's you again. Sentia, yes. Okay, you scrub up pretty nicely, don't you?
I take it you're the Oracle.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Sort of white lie here. Good to see you again, Sentia. Good to see you again.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia?
I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time.
No.
But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is
tell
we'll
me.
never see him again.
I want all the gory details, please. What happened to him?
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld.
Oh dear.
Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time.
Oh.
Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me. He did once tell me he wanted to live forever.
Then I suppose he got his wish.
Oh dear. What are you doing yourself these days?
Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me. Because it's just awful out there.
Alexa.
Barbarians everywhere.
What, the electronical version? Good to see you again.
You too. See you around.
Watch out for those barbarians. They're all over the damn place. Lucretia!
You are here.
Nice.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Nice outfit. Hey.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person.
I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off.
So, what are you doing with yourself?
I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
Oh, well, stick with it, Lucy. I'm sure you'll make a good medical person. Good to see you.
You too. Don't be a stranger.
Ah, very nice. Iulia. Hope she's perked up a bit. She's a bit miserable before, wasn't she?
You're the Oracle, right?
Well, maybe I should try to blend in as well. How about we shorten this Dominus Extentius malarkey? About Damo, that'll do.
Oh, of course, sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation.
Well, a pleasure. Whatever happened to Malleus and Claudia? Malleolus. I can't even say his name, it's been that long.
Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire.
What?
And wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine.
Wine?
Trying to drink herself back to the underworld.
Silly woman.
After the horrific way they treated Opius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
Sounds like they got what was coming, if you ask me.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. What about that nasty piece of work, Aurelia? What about her? Hopefully she got her comeuppance as well.
Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince.
Oh no.
And how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair.
Oh,
Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
Oh, she's found a Nigerian prince, has she? Oh dear. Well, she'll have a fabulous time. She'll have an absolutely fantastic time. They're all millionaires out there, I hear.
Well, you are the Oracle.
Oh, I am that.
So I suppose I'll take your word for it. Huh. I feel better already. Thank you.
Oh dear. And you, what are you doing with yourself?
Oh, I barely recognise myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed?
Oh,
and you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
Seeing the world through fresh eyes. Sounds like a wonderful experience.
I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day.
Okay, well, good to see you.
You too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
I might take you up on that offer.
I hope so.
It won't be wine though, it'll be rum. Just so you know. Oh, Georgius! Who's he? Who are you? The Hermit Philosopher! George!
Hello.
Nice.
Greetings.
Nice suit.
You must be the legendary Oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius.
Good to see you, Georgius.
I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful.
And what are you doing with yourself, dressed up all in purple?
I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it.
This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Oh, consider me there. Santorini, Aegean Sea, glass of something strong on ice. It'll be fantastic.
You too, my friend.
And it's not Fabia, is it? Fabia, like in the polka dot attire.
You're the one we've been waiting for. I'm Fabia.
Stay away from temples, Fabia. To this day, they are very dangerous places.
I wanted to say thanks for sending
Shrines,
Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
Call it intuition.
I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night.
And what do you do nowadays?
Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy.
Sure, like
Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants.
Looking at memes?
What a time to be alive.
Oh dear. Well, sounds like a life well spent if you...
Oh, it really is.
Good to see you, Fabia.
You too.
Okay. Who the hell is that?
Some soiree, innit?
Oh, you! Oh my God. Look at him. That's an exhibit, you idiot. Keep off the furniture.
Hello.
Oh.
And here you are. It's wonderful to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Oh, and by the way, I go by Philip now. A fine Greek name. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive. And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it.
Philip, a nice Greek name. Is Philip a Greek name, really? Is it? So, what are you doing with yourself?
I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University.
Of course he is.
Helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge.
Oh, it is? Really?
Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
Do you still think Utopia's out of reach?
Aha! You remember that? I have to admit,
Prince Philip is
I've
Greek.
been
Was Greek, rather.
profoundly impressed by the advances humans have made these past 2 millennia. The sum total of human knowledge available at our fingertips, miraculous modern medicines, and a series of prosperous democracies. Your contemporaries have come further toward utopia than I ever thought possible, though there's still a way to go.
Agreed. Good to see you again, Philip.
My sincere thanks once again.
You were most useful, actually. We've got to speak to Decius. It comes from Philippos. Love for horses. Interesting.
Ah, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about.
Do you want to get
I'm
up?
Decius.
I know who you are, Decius.
Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man.
Oh.
Thank you.
It was entirely unintended.
Such acerbic wit. I love it.
Okay, Mr. Decius, what are you doing with yourself nowadays? Wheeling, dealing?
I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market.
Yeah,
that's where the
stock
real
market.
money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. You being the oracle and future seer and all that.
Oh, yeah.
On which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
I wouldn't help you even if I could.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Decius. I won't take no for an answer.
Oh, fine. Look, have you ever heard of a place called Blockbusters? No, you haven't, because it's not been thought of yet. DVD rentals, DVD shops. they can even branch out into computer games. What you do is you go into them, right, and you take them off the shelf, and you take them to a counter, and they go into a big drawer, and they pull out the DVD, put it in, and then you rent it for 3 nights, 5 nights, or even up to 7 nights, some of them. And then you pay a small price, a fraction of what it costs to buy the thing full price, and then you take it back after you've rented it, and then you're done. A cheap way to watch films. It's the future.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can.
Get it all.
I'm gonna make a bloody fortune.
Get it all. Oh, it's the future. It's the future.
Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
Oh, and if you need any more, you know where I am. Or maybe you don't.
Good evening.
Livia! No, Octavia, sorry.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about you.
Oh, it's you! Yes, Octavia. Yes, the one that talks when her friend is about to jump off a building. Yes, yes, you.
I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives.
A little turtleneck jumper.
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you a hard time in the previous life, Octavia. Don't forgive me. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber. Not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Opius not to take his own life, I was inspired.
No.
I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people.
No, don't do it, love.
Like
Don't do
you
it.
helped him.
Okay, if you're going to be a crisis counsellor, you're going to have to act a bit quicker. You know, when people have got a crisis. That's all I'm going to say. Just a bit more haste. But it is a noble cause, I'll give you that much.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Good to see you again.
And you. Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us.
Yes! Of course I will. Approved. Do I look like I'm going to pass up a drink?
Wonderful. I'll see you soon.
Oh, fantastic. I've got a wedding to go to. I'm off for drinks. Quite the party goer. Olivia, you're looking a bit more sane.
Greetings.
Hello. Good to see you looking well. Bit of white lie there.
Thank you for your kind words and
she's looking better.
For liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
Okay. Fred, any good poems? No, don't even go. No. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
Oh, Paul, but she's had a hard time, all right? Read any good poems? This sounds like we're jibing her.
Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Well said. Thank God it was a short line.
And you. Farewell, friend.
Farewell, Olivia. Okay, we're up to the last tranche. Of course, we are going until we finish the game at this point. Oh my God, it's you, Cabash!
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle.
Oh, we didn't say eye to eye at one point, Cabash, but you know what? You're alright.
You know my name?
Yeah, of course I know.
Of course.
An oracle.
You are an oracle. You know many things.
Exactly.
I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman. And I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack.
Backpack?
It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Oracle.
Oh!
Hello there.
Oh, hi, Scintilla. Hopefully you don't remember me.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now.
Oh, Gabriella!
I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name.
Yes, I agree.
After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me.
On my instruction.
And that monster got what was coming to him.
I had no idea about anything to do with you being chained up in... no idea.
Don't worry. Nobody did.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm living with Opius on a little vineyard in Umbria.
Oh.
It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us.
Of course I will.
You can try some of our very own wine.
Wine? Oh, I might just do that. Good to see you again.
Thanks. You too.
And this is Opius then? Oh, nice shirt, Opius. Looking very smart. Your shoes got blemishes on them.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Opius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake, I'll be forever in your debt.
You will be, yes. And what are you doing?
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope? And missed out on all of this. So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way. Sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier.
I'm glad you're happy.
Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. You too.
And who are these two? Virgil, Rufius.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Good to see you again, Virgil.
I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow.
I bet it was all just a bit, rheumatism. It's painful, isn't it? What are you doing with yourself?
I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam. Just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
Good to see you again.
You too. If you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around.
Wine?
It's the least we could do.
There better be wine. Because if there is, I'll take you up on that offer. Rufius.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
I go by Rufus now.
Rufus.
New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern.
destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time.
One step at a time. One step at a time.
You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
That's what our Pluto looks like.
Hello.
In the Sumerian version. Oh, some familiar faces, eh? All dressed up in modern garb. All the ancient. And now for sudden urge to visit a museum. Dice Tower. We saw these in the flesh. We saw these in the flesh. Now they are a relic in the museum. We saw these for real. A Latin plaque. Almost walked this path to where the laws of day help the virtuous to paradise in this city beneath the earth. The ravenous hunger of the avaricious is sated at the banks of the stream, but in vain, for none from here may return. Oh look, fish sauce. A Christian carving. Oh, look at that. World of Wonders. Art of the Greeks. What's on this side? Gods of Many. Ancient Secrets. Oh look, it's our handbag. It's our little handbag. Little suitcase. Is that a plaque? Sumerian plaque, yeah, it's a plaque. No, I don't want to. No.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that.
I bloody well
now,
did.
There's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Who's left? Proserpina!
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
I recognise that voice.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
Right, okay, so obviously you were the one whispering to me all along.
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
Well, you did what you could. You created the time loop?
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier, he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along. and see him for what he was. We are all fortunate you came along when you did.
So what became of Pluto then?
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
Okay, and Karen?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind.
New world?
She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Proserpina.
And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Yes, is that them making that racket down there?
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
The canon ending achievement. Ending 4 of 4. I now have to find out what the other endings will have been. And there's bound to be a bad ending, isn't there? There's bound to be one. Oh, wow. Nevia is down there with Galatea too. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Oh, look at that. Oh, we've got pictures and everything. Oh, I don't like to skip credits. You know me. I don't like to skip credits. Okay, folks. Well, there you go. That is The Forgotten City. And I have to say, I really enjoyed that game. Oh, my, absolutely fantastic. I'm quite sad it's finished. Cast in alphabetical order. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Some great music. It's good fun. Exploring and showing the crown is another. Ah, of course, of course. Yeah, the characters, the voice acting. It's pretty good. Demetrius Richard Bunn. Oh, there's Julie. Ah. I wonder if I would have liked it as much if it wasn't set in like a Roman setting, because I love Roman settings and Roman games, right? If it was set in something like a Chinese setting, I don't know, ancient China or something, I don't know, just random place. Obviously, probably wouldn't make quite so much sense, but a similar game set in a completely different setting, I would have liked it as much. I probably don't think I will have done, to be honest with you. I think the setting combined with all the other stuff, just for me, it brought everything together to make it a game that struck a chord with me. I don't know. Malleolus. It's also pretty cool that all the characters got their own individual person playing them, because you get I mean, I know it's only a small game, isn't it? So they can afford to do that, I suppose. But like, repeat voice actors playing more than one character, and you can tell because you can hear the same. Whereas every single character was unique. The Skyrim version was set in a Skyrim setting. Oh right, interesting. So the Roman setting was set for this specific standalone version. Interesting. So this game was brought to my attention in the Christmas party stream, and I can't remember who suggested it. Was it you, Nagisa? So whoever did, I'm very thankful that it was mentioned, because I remember going away and looking at it the day after and thinking, yep, saw that it was set in Rome, like, yeah, I'm definitely playing that. ASAP, basically. Ah, man. I don't want to skip the music really, but you know, it's now like 20 past 11, isn't it? So I'm going to skip the. We've seen the main people, haven't we? There's no like special. I don't know. No, let's just we'll shut it down. Okay, we hope you enjoyed the Forgotten City. We love to make even better games in the future, and you can help by recommending the Forgotten City to a friend or writing a review. The more people play our games, the more we can level up. Well, I'm looking forward to see what they do next. Oh, I don't want to end. I don't want to press. I don't want to end it. It's going to go to the main menu, isn't it? And I'm like, oh, it's done. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Right, there you go. I'll let you get off to bed now if you're in the UK. So what did Karen say after we talked to her? If we give her the top option, then how did we die? I mean, I could go away and look at it myself if necessary, but if you can type it out very, very quickly. Oh, I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea, and I need to find the soundtrack to this, because when I'm working from home tomorrow, the soundtrack of the Forgotten City will be played for most of the day whilst I'm typing up whatever I'm typing up. So there you go, folks. Thank you for watching the series. You found 2 silver coins, but were attacked by thieves. I'll try to save you, and there's a random hiker, but you both died. Okay. What I really like about the game also is how the story all fit together. It was quite good how it was done, as I explained in the last session about Galerius, and how you're helping Galerius to prevent you from having to do things again. But then they wove it into the story by Galerius actually doing it, and they thought he initially did it, so they voted for him so that he could become the magistrate to then help with the duelist issue. It was all very clever. And it was educational. I've learned so many different things about purple carrots. And I didn't know anything about history of the gods that were mentioned in this, and I've learned a little bit more about them as well. So, you know, you're getting education, getting a pretty, good story woven together. You're getting some, it's fantastic. Anyway, I'm off for a cup of tea. Have a good day, evening, wherever you are. Next stream is on Wednesday, and it's going to be Far Cry. Which, in all honesty, after streaming something like this and enjoying this so much, to stream Far Cry feels a little bit hollow, to be honest with you. Because it's a complete opposite game. This is like deep in depth. You get engrossed in the setting and the story, and you become part of the world. And in Far Cry, it's just a fun game. You just shoot things dead. Complete contrast. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all, and yeah. So hopefully see you on Wednesday. But if not, I'll see you whenever that next time may be. But have a good one, folks, and I'll see you soon.